Kia ora e te whānau ngā mihi nui kia koutou. We've got an early newsletter and bulletin coming in to you today, so you can check that out right now. Dear parents, caregivers and whānau, e te whānau o te kura o Tawa, tēnā koutou katoa. With all that has been happening around Tawa School, we have a moment to take a breather over the Easter weekend. We know that for some of our families within our community, Ramadan is being observed. We have been reflecting on the events that we hold at this time of the year, and we can see that running cross-country and having a barbecue over this period of time is potentially creating unnecessary barriers for our students to be able to fully participate in these kinds of events. Moving forward, we will look closely at our scheduling to try and ensure that there are no major clashes with families celebrating cultural events, so all of our tamariki can participate in school activities. Autism Acceptance. The month of April is Autism Acceptance Month, and the focus is on sensory processing differences. In our school, we have a number of students who experience sensory processing differences. For someone with sensory processing differences, the world can be too loud, too fast, too bright, uncertain, and just overstimulating. When the brain is overstimulated, it can set off panic and a fight or flight response. Once this happens, the brain goes into defense mode and the student feels unsafe. As a school, it is important that we are responsive to the varying needs of our students. As we develop a greater understanding of autism, we are able to make tweaks and changes to our program to meet these needs while also benefiting all students. In the past, this has looked like moving to single-cell classrooms, using visual timetables, sending out daily schedules so there is greater certainty for students, and considering classroom environments so they don't overwhelm students. To help regulate, soothe, and provide a sense of safety, we do things like brain breaks, dancing, soft toys, singing, hugs, less language, gentle tone, swimming, riding the bike track with scooters, nature, walks, school jobs, cooking, etc. As we look to redevelop classroom spaces, we are considering things like colours and soundproofing. We are learning to be proactive with reading signs where students may find things uncertain or overwhelming. As a way of acknowledging our students with autism, we are going to be holding a Hood Up Volume Down learning session on Wednesday the 10th of April, where we lower the lighting and classroom volume. More information can be found here at this link. As a community, the most important thing we can do is to show compassion and understanding. The diversity in our community is what makes our school a rich and inclusive space. Tawa School Parent Fundraising Team. A big thank you to our PFT volunteers who helped with our barbecue last Friday. Your mahi was awesome. We got a good amount of orders and raised about $250. The money raised will go towards new line markings for our courts. On Tuesday the 7th of May, the PFT will be holding its AGM. If you are interested in supporting this wonderful group of parent volunteers, we would love to hear from you. Attendance at school. We have been making some positive progress towards our attendance goals for the current term. The information here is based on the first 8 weeks, 36 days of school. Our overall goal is to have 80% of our students attending at least 90% of the time. We are not too far off that target. It is worth noting how many days each of these percentages represent. We acknowledge that some students have been or are currently on extended overseas trips to visit family. At the end of the term, we'll be doing another review and following up with families if we are noticing patterns of non-attendance or there has been no improvement with current concerning attendance. We know that getting tamariki to school is a partnership. We will do all we can to ensure our learning programs are engaging and interesting, while also helping our konga, our learners, to feel successful. If you need support with getting your child to school, please connect with your child's teacher and we will do what we can to help. Cross-country results. Congratulations to our top 3 place getters at our recent cross-country events. Road Patrol. We are on the lookout for amazing members of our community who would like to volunteer some time to supervise our road patrol. Ideally, we would love to have a large group of parent volunteers who could be rostered on to support our road patrollers. If this is something you would like to take on, we would love to hear from you. Please contact Brenda Kirkman at this email address or pop into the office and they will take your name. Our road patrollers do an awesome job of keeping our tamariki safe each day. Board bits. The school board has started the year in full swing. We have welcomed Pene Tapelu as our Pacifica community representative, whose expertise and perspective will enrich our decision-making process. At our March meeting, we finalised our strategic plan and made sure it aligns perfectly with what we aim to achieve. This plan is a living document. It will evolve with the community's feedback and changing needs. Take a moment to check it out by going to this link. We're eager for your input because we want our strategic plan to mirror the hopes and dreams of our community. Let's work together to make our shared vision a reality. We also focused our discussions on the immediate priorities of the upcoming review of our school enrolment scheme, policy updates, and refurbishment of C Block. Stay tuned for more details on these projects. As we move forward, we remain dedicated to being responsive to the needs of the community. We welcome your suggestions and feedback to create a more inclusive and supportive environment for our tamariki. So please reach out for a chat. We want to hear your thoughts and ideas. Over the coming week, I have the exciting opportunity to attend the World EduLead Congress in Singapore. I'm looking forward to being able to learn from international speakers, develop new relationships with other education professionals, and visit a school to learn about how they implement their maths program. I'll be back for the start of week 11. I hope you all enjoy the Easter break and have a great time being with whānau and friends. And here is a great quote from Maya Angelou. You can't use up creativity. The more you use, the more you have. The other bit of exciting news is that we've finally started the renovation of C Block. So that's room 7, 8 and 9. They're currently doing interior demolition. Then, as I mentioned in a previous bulletin, over the term break, we'll have the asbestos removed from the subfloor, and then we'll be actually getting on and getting the interiors all sorted. So that is really, really exciting. We've got the Easter break coming up. Please remember that school finishes at a normal time on Thursday, at 3 p.m. on Thursday. There is no school on Friday. They've got the weekend, and there's no school on Monday, and Tuesday is classed as a school holiday. So please ensure that you don't send your children to school because there won't be anyone here. Look after yourselves over the break, and I'll catch up with you a little bit later in week 11. Ka kite anō.